Hey everybody, it's Shaman Sister Sin, and you're listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by littleshaman.org. That's me, the Little Shaman. Today I want to talk to you about something that can help you in your interactions with narcissists, and that is responding versus reacting. Now, of course, we will preface these remarks by saying that it's always best not to interact with narcissists if that's possible. For the times when it isn't possible, there's a strategy you can practice that can help the interaction be less stressful. Before I explain, I want to make sure that people understand that the goal of these types of strategies is not to control the narcissist behavior. So let's make that clear up front. I often hear people say things like, well, I tried the gray rock method, but the narcissist just kept on. Or I went no contact, but the narcissist keeps bothering me. Yeah, that's probably going to happen. You can't control the narcissist behavior or anyone else's, and you can't do anything about the way somebody else acts. If that is your goal, then you're going to feel like a failure because it's not going to work. The only reaction and behavior you have control over is your own, and that is where your focus should be. Using these type of techniques will keep you from getting stressed out and upset. Let the narcissist worry about their own feelings for once. It's their problem, not yours. This can be hard for some people to internalize, especially since the narcissist has made you responsible for their feelings since day one, using guilt, manipulation, gaslighting, and a host of other nasty little tactics. So write it down if you have to, or repeat it to yourself until it sinks in. The narcissist's feelings are not my responsibility. One of the most difficult things about interacting with narcissists is keeping your feelings out of it. They are hot button pushers. They love to press those hot buttons and get people all worked up and upset. And though I've dedicated a large portion of the show to trying to spread the understanding that the way narcissists behave towards others is really not personal, while that can help in retrospect when someone is looking at the big picture and trying to understand so they can let go of the hatred and move on, it can be hard to remember in the moment when the narcissist is insulting, berating, or accusing you right to your face. That is, of course, what the narcissist wants. They want you to become upset. They want you to think it's personal, that it really is about you and how bad you are. This takes the focus off of them and how bad they are. It doesn't matter that you weren't saying that, weren't thinking it, and don't feel that way. They feel that way. That's why it's not personal. It's not even about you or your feelings at all. Knowing that actually goes a long way toward being able to deal with your feelings during your interactions with narcissists. On some level, they don't really believe that you did these things, that you feel that way, or that you said these things. They are simply projecting their own feelings onto you so that those feelings are easier for them to deal with. It's all subconscious, and by now, it's an automatic reaction for the narcissist. Self-hatred is very hard to defend against, and it's very hard to deny. Hatred from other people is much easier to deal with because the narcissist can then claim it's unfair or unjust. They can deny it. They can attack back. It changes their position from defense to offense, which makes them feel less vulnerable. This is the crux of what they're trying to do. You are simply getting caught in the crossfire of a very old war that has nothing to do with you. It's within the narcissist completely. Of course, your reaction to this is confusion, outrage, anger, hurt, betrayal, just the whole shebang. And why wouldn't it be? You've just been blindsided by an attack for no reason. That's what they want. They want you to become emotional and angry. They want to fight about how awful you are so they don't have to think about how awful they are. Well, that's not fair. And you can stop them from forcing you to carry all the emotions they can't deal with like some kind of emotional pack mule. You do that by not reacting. Now, this doesn't mean not to respond. Reacting and responding are two different things. Responding is talking. Reacting is emoting, showing emotions. If you are interacting with the narcissist, chances are it's because you have to for some reason, which means that not responding might not be an option. But not reacting is always an option. You don't have to get emotionally involved to have a conversation. And just because someone lays the bait out, it doesn't mean you have to take it. The narcissist is not going to change. These behaviors are so ingrained in them that they have become second nature, so you have to change your behavior. Before the interaction starts, if you can, remind yourself again that the narcissist's feelings are not your responsibility. Keep trying to remind yourself of that throughout the interaction. This person's feelings are not my responsibility. It's not my problem. This is nothing but the truth. Everyone in the world is responsible for experiencing, carrying, processing, and dealing with their own feelings. If the narcissist can't do that, that's their problem. They have no right to force you to do that for them, and to be perfectly honest, you have no right to do it. It's wrong, and it's not helping them. It's hurting them, and it's hurting you. It needs to stop. So repeat that to yourself until you really, really internalize it and understand. The narcissist's feelings are not my responsibility. Once the interaction begins, the narcissist will probably try to bait you with insults and sarcasm and nasty remarks and all the things that they do to try to get a rise out of people. They're trying to cause an argument so they can force you to be their emotional pack mule. Don't let them do that. Just don't react. No matter what they say, no matter how crazy and insulting and disrespectful it is, don't react emotionally. Don't yell, don't deny, don't explain, don't excuse, just ignore it. Remind yourself that this person is only doing this because they can't deal with the fact that they hate themselves, and let it go, because that's the truth. It has nothing to do with you. It's because they feel bad about themselves. It's because they hate themselves, and the only way they can escape that is to try to pretend that it's coming from somebody else. And remember, the narcissist's feelings are not your responsibility. Count to 10 and take a deep breath, or try to distract yourself while you're talking to them. It's actually not as hard as you would think, especially once you interrupt your own automatic reaction of like jumping to the defense and explaining or getting angry. Because just like it's a reaction in them, it's a reaction in you too. But reactions are choices. And even if they don't know that, you do. And you can do something about it. Now, once you start doing that, the narcissist is going to be the one who's confused and off balance. They are not going to know what to do. More than likely, they're going to try to up the ante to try and get you to react. They're going to get ruder and more disrespectful, and they might start yelling. If they can't get you to carry their emotional weight, they're going to have to deal with it themselves, and that is very frightening and stressful for them, and they are going to react to that. Just keep ignoring their emotional bait. If the interaction becomes too intense, or you don't think you can keep your cool, walk away or hang up on them, or otherwise end it. Try not to let them see that they've gotten to you if you can help it. This really does work. It really does diffuse the situation. It really does keep you from getting upset. And over time, a lot of times they do stop trying to bait you when they see that it's not going to work. I know it sounds difficult, but the truth is, once you start to see this behavior for what it really is, it starts to become much easier not to take it personally. These are miserable, immature, and disordered people who cannot handle their own feelings and want somebody else to take the weight. It does not have to be you. I hope this clears a few things up for you. As always, I look forward to your comments, questions, and suggestions, so please keep those coming.